Hollywood writers' strike. Could your favourite shows stop? This is News Review from BBC Learning English. I'm Neil.
And I'm Beth. Make sure you watch to the end to learn vocabulary to talk about this story.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and try the quiz on our website. Now the story.
US TV networks can't show some of their most popular programs from this week as writers strike. It's all about pay and conditions, which have been hit by the rise of streaming services. Writers are also worried about the possibility of scripts being written by AI.
You've been looking at the headlines, Beth. What's the vocabulary?
We have gig economy, sparks, and reruns.
This is News Review from BBC Learning English. Let's have a look at our first headline.
This is from Associated Press News. Hollywood writers slamming gig economy go on strike.
So this headline tells us that Hollywood writers are slamming, that means heavily criticising, something called the gig economy. And gig economy is the expression we're looking at first. It contains the word gig, which can mean concert.
Yes, it can. So it can be a show by a musician or a comedian. Now for them, it's a job, and that's the meaning that we're talking about here.
Yes, so gig can mean job. But in the same way that a show by a comedian or a musician can be just one night, when we use gig to talk about work, it refers to short-term work.
That's right. And it's this idea of a single job that lasts for a very short time that gives us the expression gig economy. So the gig economy is a system where people have to keep looking for short-term jobs all the time.
Yes, so we use gig economy quite a lot to talk about the kind of taxis or food delivery services you get on digital platforms. And when people use this expression gig economy, they are highlighting the lack of job security compared to more traditional jobs.
Yes, and getting back to our story, this is what the writers are concerned about. They're using this expression to mean that their working conditions are getting worse.
Let's look at that again. Let's look at our next headline.
This is from LBC. Blockbuster bust-up. Hollywood Writers Union sparks industry chaos with first strike in 15 years amid streaming row.
So, a blockbuster is a very successful film. A bust-up is an argument. This is the first writers' strike in Hollywood for 15 years. The word we're looking at from the headline is sparks. Now, a spark is something you get, for example, from a cigarette lighter.
Yeah, and now a spark is a very small flame. You can get it from banging two stones together or from a lighter. The important thing is that it can start a fire.
Yes, and that's where this metaphor comes from. If one thing sparks another, it makes it happen. So, for example, this strike in Hollywood will spark or make lots of problems and chaos happen in the film industry.
Yeah, and spark can also be used as part of a phrasal verb with the preposition off. One action can spark off another. So, for example, a disagreement could spark off an argument or a fight.
Yes, but spark doesn't have to be followed by something bad all the time. For example, this program might spark your enthusiasm for English. Let's look at that again. Our next headline, please.
This is from Financial Review. Reruns loom as Hollywood writers strike.
So, something looms. That means something bad threatens to happen as a result of this strike. The word we're focusing on, though, is reruns.
Yeah, now reruns are TV programs that are shown again. We can also call them repeats. Now, because the writers are on strike, TV networks are having to show the same programs again. They've already shown them.
Yes, and we can break this word down. It's made up of re, which is the prefix, which means again, and run can mean a series.
Yes, and we've been talking about the noun rerun, but we can also use it as a verb. So, for example, if we're talking about a process or a competition, rerun means to do it again.
Yes, so perhaps there was something wrong with the competition. It was badly run. It needs to be done again. It is rerun. Let's look at that again. We've had gig economy, job market of short-term work.
Sparks, causes.
And reruns, old programs shown again.
Now, we mentioned the prefix re in rerun in this episode. To learn more about prefixes, click here.
And so that you never miss another program, click here to subscribe to our channel.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Goodbye.